Welcome back to our Genesis Bible study. In our last study, we saw Jacob receive the blessing and encounter God at Bethel. Today, we continue in Genesis chapters 29 and 30, where Jacob begins a new chapter of his life and experiences both love and difficulty. Let's begin. Jacob arrives in Haran and meets Rachel at a well. He is immediately drawn to her and agrees to work for her father, Laban, for 7 years in order to marry her. Genesis chapter 29 verse 20 says, "So Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed to him but a few days because of the love he had for her. But after the 7 years, Laban deceives Jacob. Instead of giving him Rachel, he gives him Leah." Genesis chapter 29 verse 25 says, "And in the morning, behold, it was Leah." Jacob is shocked. This moment is important. Jacob, who once deceived his father, is now experiencing deception himself. Laban agrees to give him Rachel as well, but Jacob must serve another 7 years. Now Jacob has 2 wives, Leah and Rachel. But the Bible tells us that Jacob loved Rachel more. Leah, however, was unloved, and God saw that. Genesis chapter 29 verse 31 says, "When the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren." God sees the overlooked. Leah gives birth to sons, while Rachel struggles with infertility. As time goes on, tension grows between Rachel and Leah. Rachel envies her sister and says to Jacob, Genesis chapter 30, verse 1, "Give me children, or I shall die." Both sisters begin competing, even giving their servants to Jacob in order to have more children. This creates a complicated family situation, but through it, many sons are born, forming the foundation of the tribes of Israel. Eventually, God remembers Rachel. Genesis chapter 30, verse 22 says, "Then God remembered Rachel, and God listened to her and opened her womb. She gives birth to Joseph." At the same time, God continues to provide for Jacob. Despite unfair treatment from Laban, Jacob prospers and increases in livestock. Genesis 29:30 shows us that God works even in messy situations. There is deception, jealousy, pain, and competition, yet God is still present. He sees the unloved. He hears the cries of those who feel forgotten. And He provides in His timing. Even when life feels complicated, God is still at work. Thank you for joining today's study. Next time, we will continue as Jacob prepares to leave Laban and return to the land God promised. May we remember that God sees us, hears us, and provides for us even in the middle of life's challenges.